Good morning. We're going to make a neutral colored bow this morning for a wreath we're working on. And you're going to need either chenille stems or zip ties depending on your project. You're going to need your ribbon scissors, an easy bow or you can make this by hand. You will need your ribbon choices. And if you're using chenille stems, you could potentially need these guys. Let's get started. I'll give it a 16-inch tail. I absolutely love this polka dot ribbon 7-inch loop because it's neutral, but it still gives you that pop of whimsy, and whimsy is where it's at for me. You can still have fun with neutrals. We're going to do 3 loops. We're going to come back, do not twist that last one. We're going to come back down and give it a 16-inch tail on this side as well. I'm dovetailing the ends. You can cut them at a slant, a diagonal, whatever you like. Now we're going to come in with our cabana stripe, also a neutral, also gorgeous. Love this ribbon. Now, when I make this tail, I'm just making it slightly shorter than the other. Twisting that inside of those pegs. Pulling off enough ribbon that I have slack. Going to do 3 loops. So far we're doing a recipe of 3 and 3. Get that down in there well. Now I'm going to come back on top and do 1 loop of the 2.5. So when you're making bows, make them your own. You make your own recipe, right? Being creative is just that. And I want a piece of 2.5 inch on the front of my bow. I do this occasionally, and I do like the look of it where you have the same ribbon on top as you do in the back. And then I will use that striped cabana in the center of my bow. So today I'm going to zip tie this. I'm pulling that stack out, and I am keeping that stack steady Eddie. I actually think I'm going to use my chenille stem because the stack is so thick, and I don't have my larger zip ties over here, but if you had a larger zip tie it would work great, but I'm just tightening that down as hard as I can. I'm laying that out to the side, and I'm going to put one this way because I need a longer chenille stem to get into the back of that grapevine. I know I'm using a grapevine. You're going to need your little snippers, wire snips. And then you are going to need your needle nose pliers to turn that over and tuck it in. Now you're going to pull this way along your loops so that you can cover that chenille stem with the length of your cabana stripe. I fold it over. And see how that finishes the center without and with? See the difference? Hello. Comes to life. But you don't have to. You can fluff it out and never do this. However, I love it. I kind of love it. So do what you love. Okay. Now we have our project complete and we're going to fluff. So, I'm going to pull these apart. Pull these apart. Here's the thing, guys. If you have tied your bow off correctly, then you should be able to tug, tug, tug these where you need them. Look at that. Look at that bow. See the flat side and see your fluff side? This guy needs to come around here and behave. Just make them behave. Look how cute. I want this guy to behave right here. Look. Love. All right. Pull these apart. Pull these apart. And this is just your initial trying to get everything fluffed, because you will finish this job on your actual wreath, lamppost, front porch light, wherever you put this, that's where you will do your final fluffing and arranging of your tails. She's cute. I'll be back. We're gonna get our sign ready. This gorgeous sign, I love everything about it. I love the polka dots, all roads lead home. Our home is supposed to be a safe place for our entire family. I'm a firm believer in it being an escape because the world is hard enough. And I just love everything about this sign. So what I do, these signs are supposed to be 1/4 of an inch. Oftentimes they are not quite, and you will really be sad when your staples come through the front of your sign. Take those stickers off if you're making this as a business, and you should have stickers with your logo, and you put it right there. Okay, so I'm gonna clean this up just a little bit, not that it matters, but I cut felt. I do 3 per side. Cut that too skinny. They're not perfect. Doesn't even matter because they're going to be on top of this grapevine over here to my left. And I use, this is the Sure Bonder. I am going to upgrade it to an electric stapler because, again, I have pots. This is a spoon stealer that I don't need to deal with during the day. I can just use an electric stapler and go on with my life. So anything in my shop that I can do that doesn't drain my energy is super important. Now, if you're healthy, then none of that matters. You can totally start here. This is a Sure Bonder and it's 1/4 inch staples. I take my chenille stem. I want to staple it just about in the center. Make sure that I had enough, and I did. 3 seems to be my magic number, that no matter what they did to the sign, I'll be okay. Now, at this point, some people put a dab of glue there. I don't. Maybe sometimes I do. In general, I don't. It's going to hold, so. Now you can place these down into your grapevine. We're going to come back and do exactly that. Okay, we are going to fluff our greenery, which means we're going to shake hands with each piece. So see how it's beginning, and then we'll see how it ends up. This has been traveling quite some way to get to my home, and no telling how many warehouses it has sat in, how many boats. Well, I guess probably 1 boat. And then trucks, boxed up, packed as tight as it can to get the most there. And then another warehouse, my house, you have to fluff it out, right? It's had a long journey. I love this. These fern fronds give me life. I put out fern. I'm a southerner. I'm from Southern Virginia. As Southern Virginia as you can get. I can get to North Carolina faster than I can anywhere in Virginia mostly. And we put out ferns every year. Do you see how wide that is compared to this? And we may not use it that wide on our project, but look at the difference. Look at the difference. So, I'm going to do the same thing with this guy and get him ready. Completely flat. You need to open it up. And you need to just shake hands and get everything turned around and fluffed for your project. That is not wired, but that is a cute little wispy. Cute, cute, cute. So if you look at this, that's the front. You can do this flat on your station and pull them towards you and work on them. Or you can hold it up in the air the entire time. I do both. I have pots, so a lot of times I'll just work flat on my station and it works out just fine for me. You do what works for you. But when you have pots, you can't hold your arms up all day. That's never going to work out for you, so I try to save my spoons where I can. Okay. Does anybody see a difference in that? All right. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to pull 4 down and leave 4 up. 4 down, 4 up. And when you pull the 4 down, you have to make sure you get them turned so that the right side is facing your project. Pull some of those back up. You do not want a flat project. See the difference here? Pull some of these back up. Make sure these are also turned the way they should be turned. You don't want backwards florals. And give them life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same situation. We're going to fold it in half. We're going to slide it into this one. And we're going to work them into each other. Instead of just laying it on top, work them into each other. Same thing over here. Just work it until you're happy with it. Okay, make sure all your florals are facing the right way. Now, we're going to come in with our gorgeous flower. We get the sticker off that guy. And I'm going to split her as well. Put it into our design. And then we're going to start working her through that greenery. And take your time to get this worked through in a way that you like it. And so that it all flows. See that? So I'm just looking at the camera and this is very green without the white. So some of this needs to go ahead and move on over and get spread out through here as well. just keep working with it. And you can also finish this process once you have it on your wreath. I'm liking that. You see that? Let's do the other side. Okay, now I want to secure this, add together two, if you don't have one long enough. If you have one long enough, then you're good. I'm adding together two. Let me cut that extra part. Well, let me see what I need to do here first. I think we need to go ahead and cut it. Sometimes I use that on grapevines and pull it as well. Yeah, I'm gonna pull it a little bit before I cut it. See how you pull both of those and it makes a difference. This is bunching up right here, and I'm gonna work on that once we get this on our project. Look how gorgeous this is already. Then you can snip these two things. Now here's your tip. Don't put these to the back, put them to the front, and then your bow covers that, and you know that no one's going to get their hands on that. Because they do hurt if you grab them accidentally, right? Okay, she's gorgeous. I mean, this is a little wild, but we're going to work on it on our actual project. Let's get it on in the next video. We're back and we are placing our sign. I always like to place my swag on my wreath. It is not attached yet. That is something we will do together. But I have it laying here so I can see where I want my sign. I do not want my sign up here because we still have to apply our bow here. So I'm going to pull this sign down to the bottom of this wreath and get it attached. We're just going through the grapevine, not around the grapevine. You don't want to send out a grapevine that you've gone around the grapevine. You want it to go through. And that's the great thing about these grapevines. You can go through them pretty easily. And if you can't, they make tools for that. I've seen some on Etsy. I've been okay so far. Sometimes I have to take those needle nose and get in there and work it. I'll curl that up. And I'm just trying to get this other side through. Now that I told you I don't have problems, it's giving me a little bit of a problem. Not really. I've got it, but it's just kind of funny. What's the saying? Never brag on your racehorse or something like that. They'll let you down every time. Okay. I'm twisting that off as tight as I can. So when you pick your wreath up, see how that slid on the other side? It needs to be tighter. This side seems to be good, so I'm going to tie that off. And then, this side is not tight enough. I have to put my eye bobbers on for this one because I had already really twisted this one off and only have one hand. Bear with me, but this is how you fix it when that happens. Pull as hard as you can. That's a lot of chenille stem compared to what I had, so I did not have that tight enough. I just didn't pull hard enough. Now, take these and you're going to twist that back into your grapevine. And that should be what the back of your grapevine looks like. You can't even see it. I use brown for that purpose. They're here and here, and it just blends right in, right? And on this design, you could put your company sticker there. You guys, if you can hear my aunt, she lives with me now, and she's not arguing with a person, she's arguing with Alexa, which makes me laugh really hard. So I'm pretty sure you guys can hear her, but she's not arguing with a human, she's arguing with Alexa, which I do too. I'm just letting you know. Okay, they're gonna be friends. They're gonna be friends. All right. Now, the crazy thing about our Alexa is she cannot understand me to save her life with my southern accent. And I want that a little bit higher. Anyway, my aunt doesn't even speak like me. I speak far more southern than she does. And Alexa argues back with her too. I don't know. They need to work on Alexa's southern grammar. Or pronunciations. So that she can figure all of us out. Okay. There are days where I will end up in a screaming match with Alexa trying to get her to turn off. And my husband always says, "Are you surprised we've never owned a car that can understand you or anything else?" And that made me laugh so hard. It is so true. And apparently when I talk to my mom on the phone, it comes out really thick. And he says that he just gets tickled listening to me and my mom. He said it starts coming out of me like crazy. All right. Now, because of the way I've designed this swag, and because the stem on my white flowers it is a little bit bigger, I'm going to go ahead and I want to zip tie this guy down because he's getting on my nerves right here. And I need him to behave.
Charity,
Yes?
how many daffodils were blooming yesterday? I can't remember.
There were some behind the fence and then there were some in the fence.
Okay, I just wanted to know because there are a bunch out of the fence this morning.
Oh, good.
I mean a bunch.
Yay. Okay. She is cute, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to fluff this. I want this so that you can read the sign. I'm going to come back and we're going to attach our bow, and our wreath will be complete. All roads lead home.